All right, there you go.
We good now. We good. See, you had to come on my live, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They were trying to stop this from happening, but I'm glad we got it
Yeah.
done.
But I heard you speaking on how could I ever let it get away?
Oh, that's a
You
classic
know
right
what I
there.
mean?
Yeah. A lot of great hits. Avant, I gotta thank you for joining us. We've been trying to get you for a minute because you're one of our favorite artists. Our readers
Thanks, man.
love you.
I
You've stayed
appreciate that.
consistent. You've
I
been
see all the
giving
love. I
back to
see all the
R&B.
love out there.
Yeah. Giving back to R&B for many, many years now, 20 years. So we had to celebrate your legacy and just talk about some of that new music as well.
Oh yeah, it's going down. You know, I got the new album, man. It's released July 10th, but you can
Yep.
pre-order it right now. So I want everybody to pre-order the new album, man. It's crazy, and I did a special song for all my true fans out there. It's called "I'm Nothing Without You," man, and it's a real song. And you know, when you talk about a legacy like myself and 20 plus years in the game, man, it's all about the people, man. This music
Always.
thing is all about the people, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Vaughn, before we get started, once this feed ends, are you able to save the live? I think once you end it, it'll give you an option to save the live. So if you're
Well,
able to
I
do
will
that,
I will save it for you.
okay, sounds good. So let's do that. So I mean, we got to get started. We have a lot to talk about, your
All right.
history, the new music, but I got to start off with this because last year some crazy rumors came out about your health, and a lot of people have hit us up and said, "Is Avant okay?" I'm seeing you live in the flesh right now, and
Hey,
you look
I'm good,
you
man.
look
I'm good,
perfectly
bro.
normal. So
I ain't got no haircut, but I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know what? I appreciate all the love out there, man. And you know, people are crazy out here today, man. I stopped eating meat, and that's one of the main things. You know what I mean? And it took people by storm. You know, and it's kind of crazy, but I respect it, and I love all my fans for just standing by me and loving me for what I do. Because guess what? I can read your mind, baby.
right.
I know what you're thinking. I'm always ready to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So let's talk about some of this new music. So last year you dropped "Not Gonna Lose," which I love that song, and
Thank
now
you.
you have edibles. Like, just talk about these new records. Like, what's the mindset right now?
Well, the mindset is, you know, we're all in quarantine right now. And
Yeah,
my mindset was to make sure that, you know, we're all in the house, but a lot of us, we're on our own devices. You know what I'm saying? So we're not talking to each other, we're talking around each other.
yeah.
So, you know, I'm trying to put some music out there that will directly affect one another so we can talk to each other again. So, you know, songs like Edible and songs like the name of the album is When We Can We Fall in Love.
Yeah.
I wrote a song and that's the name of the album. But and it's a song on there called You Don't Love Me No More. Man, this
Mm,
album is amazing, bro. And I'm
wow.
not just saying it because I did it, but I'm saying it because I did it. You dig?
Right. No, see, Avant, what I love about you is like you've stayed true to R&B after so many years, and what you do is you continue to reinvent yourself. Your songwriting has always been on point, and you always find new ways to talk about the same topics. You're not just saying "I love you." You're finding different ways to say it. So just
Well,
take me through that songwriting approach, man.
well, I think what it is, man, you know, what we do is we get kind of afraid of wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about the rappers. You know what I'm saying? The way you
Yeah.
keep rap fresh is that you use different wordplay. And that's all I did with the word edible. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like that's a word that people don't use often. You know what I mean? But I use it and I try to use the wordplay around it, you know, and that's what keeps things fresh. And also listening to different scenarios that people go through. You can't be trapped in your own mind and just living in your own world with this R&B thing or none of the music. You have to venture out and find out what's going on new. And that's what I try to do with all my music.
Right. So how did you kind of approach this album? Were you just sticking to your elements? Were you listening to some of the new stuff that's coming out? Like, what was your process?
My process of this album was basically letting, you know, the forces do what they do. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go in there and force nothing. I just wanted to go in the studio and let it happen, let it be as it may. And it came out wonderful, man. It really did.
Wow. And Avant, it's been a minute since we heard from you. I think this is like 5 years since the last album. Normally, we're hearing an Avant album every
I
two
know,
years,
you know, but I had to
every
slow
three
it
years.
down. I had to slow it down because people started, you know, not appreciate. what I did. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and it's no knock, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, I come from my heart. I don't try to be the artist that's out there trying to, be all in the camera. It's all about music with me.
Yeah.
This is
Yep.
what I love. I love music. I love that
Yeah.
you love my music. And I'm
Yep.
going to give you
Absolutely.
that. And I also miss like those things about the mystique of artists.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like where back in the days you just couldn't like get an artist all the time. You had to wait for that artist. I love that mystique. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I respect everybody that still got that mystique. But at the end of the day, man, it's about music and it's about what you love and they show that they show that they love my music and I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing about you is you're not really on social media all that much. You know,
No,
normally.
I'm gonna post some stuff like what's going on right now
Yeah.
in the world today. Everybody needs to know about that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm not really trying to be. I mean, I can't win the race of social media. That's
Right.
a hell of a race. Y'all can have that. I'm cool.
Yeah. I mean, I love your approach because you're not on social media that much, but you
Hold on,
just
hold on
come
one
in.
sec. Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Hey Chase, hey Chase, one of your homies at the door, man. I'm sorry, man. My son. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
No, good, man. I was just gonna say, like, what I love about you is you're not on social media all that often, but you'll reappear every 2, 3 years. You'll drop some heat. You'll go
Yeah.
on tour. Everyone will be happy, and then you just go about your business. I love that approach.
I mean, it's a mystique, man. And
Yeah,
all my true artists out there and all my true fans out there, I love you guys for loving me, and I will always give you great music because that's what you
yeah,
want from me.
right. So let's talk about this album, Can We Fall in Love? Obviously, you're known for some great collaborations, some great duets. Just talk about, and you mentioned some of the songs that we mentioned earlier. Like, what can people expect on this album?
Well, what you can expect is that again, relationship driven, and it talks about the good and the bad. I was going to name it the good and the bad, but
Mm,
somebody in the company was like, "Yo, no, just call it what this," because my next single is "Can We Fall in Love Tonight?" Because
yeah.
what I know is a lot of people are, they make love, but they're not in love.
Mm-hmm.
It's two different
Wow.
things, bro. Like, you know
That's
what I
wow.
mean? And the young kids need to understand that. You know what I mean? Just because you made a kid, that don't mean you was in love with the moms or the pops. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a difference, and I have to make that evident by bringing out a record like that. So you'll hear it soon, but everybody pre-order the joint right now, man. Please,
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
pre-order, and then you can get it on July 10th. It's going down, baby.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, we can't look we look forward to that one. A lot of great music. You've always put out great music, so we just have to celebrate it. We have to support. I think that's the biggest thing, and I mean that's the challenge with a lot of R&B artists, especially veterans like yourself. You know, it's the support. People need a support.
Oh, we need you like crazy. I need you
Yeah.
like crazy. You know what I mean? And I also did a song just for my fans, man, on the
Wow.
album. It's called "I'm Nothing Without You."
Wow.
I mean, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. I'm nothing without you. So that's why I want you to go ahead and pre-order the album so you can hear your song. It's for you. I'm nothing
Wow.
without you.
Wow. And these fans have been rocking with you for 20 years now. I just talked about it earlier. We're celebrating 20 years of My Thoughts, your debut album. Time
Yeah.
flies, but take me back to that album and just creating that album, man, because that's a classic.
Woo, you taking me back. Okay,
Yeah.
that album, man, that's when I found out what people really wanted to hear, and music, period, because I was writing, fantasy records before. You know what I'm saying? I had records that was talking about if love was gold, I would be rich, but that was cool. That was a fantasy, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when I got my heart broken, I did separate it, and
Mm,
I let my manager hear it. He was like, "Yo, you got to release this record, man."
right.
And I was like, "Don't nobody want to hear heartache." He
Hmm.
said, "No, that's exactly what they want to hear."
Wow.
So that's when I learned that this is what people really want to hear in music. So,
Wow.
that's where the whole my thoughts, it was coming from me, but it
Yep.
was my perception. And the crazy thing about your first album is everything that you've been through up until that time.
Yep.
Okay. So a lot of times people first album is crazy. It's off the chain. But after that, that's when you have to venture off and get more ideas and different, things to talk about and how to, represent them. So it becomes a challenge after the first album. It really does. So for me to have 9, I'm thankful and I appreciate you
Incredible.
guys.
Incredible. And I mean, I just remember when I first listened to that album, my takeaway when I first listened to it, I'm like, man, this guy's vocals, it's super polished. He was a debut, you were a debut artist, but your vocals were super polished.
Oh,
Like,
I
just take me through
appreciate
that
that.
process, like, to getting it so refined at that time. Like, who was pushing you to get it so polished?
Well, it was just, myself, man. Myself and the producer at the time was Steve Huff.
Yep.
We were both coming up and trying to figure it out. It's so funny because somebody posted the Rector album. Yeah, the record was
Yeah,
fun too, man.
that's a great one.
But
Yep.
it's a lot of music that I've done over the years, man. And from 4 minutes and oh my God,
Yeah. A
don't
lot.
don't take your love away. It's like I was listening to Teddy Pendergrass when I did that record. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So it's always special, man, when you look at things and you look back on them. And that's a good thing too, to look back on your records and be able to create something brand new that don't sound nothing like that album. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did with this album. So please understand, I need everybody to pre-order. That's
Yep.
very important. Everybody's sitting at home right now.
Yep.
So pre-order and enjoy, man. July 10th. Please, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's no perfect time to enjoy R&B than right now. You're at home.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
there's
Hey,
no
we
distractions. You
quarantining and
gotta
I'm
listen
trying
to
to
it.
help. I'm trying to
Yep.
help you stay in your family and stay together.
Right.
Or it's even records on there to help you to get the hell out of there too.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, Avant, I had a chance to talk to Steve Huff, and he was just talking about a young Avant being super hungry.
Yeah.
When you first got signed, and you were willing to do anything to get signed and to make those records. Like, just take me back to the mindset of a young Avant.
Wow, man. A young Avant, man. I was sleeping at my first manager's house. I didn't have a dime, man. And I respect my first manager. He really helped me out a lot. Then, it was a grind, man. It was all a
Right.
grind. And it was like I didn't have the majors all in my back pocket like that. So I had to release my stuff from the streets to the people. And I was doing every show that I could, you know what I mean? And
Wow.
but it was the grind. It catapulted me to be where I am today. So I tell
Yeah.
everybody, don't be afraid of the grind. And
Mm.
I heard a great quote too. If you can manage fear, you can take over the world. And
Wow.
that's the truth.
Wow. What helped you persevere during these times? Because like when I listen to or hear a lot of these new artists now, they'll complain like 5 minutes after their album comes out. But man, you like persevered, like you pushed through. Like what was that? What was that like?
I mean, it's all perception, bro.
Yeah.
You got to also understand everybody feel like they're bigger than who they are, really.
Hmm. Yeah.
And your number is never the number that you think you should have. So I understand that.
Yeah.
But again, if you live in reality instead of perception, then you'll understand that things will go wrong. But a lot of times it's not you,
Hmm.
it's just what it is.
Yeah.
But we got to get away from also it all being about the artist. It has to be about the music.
Right.
And I think that's where we're losing it at. We're making it so personal about me as an individual. Listen, when people listen to Read Your Mind, they say Avant did it, but they feel like because of the way I wrote the song, they feel like
Hmm.
it's them that's actually
Yep.
singing the song. So
Hmm.
when artists can get that in their mind and quit making it so much about them and make it
Yeah.
about the music. Come on now, Marvin Gaye's What's Going On? Right now, he wrote that song 50 years ago,
Yep. Yep.
but it's so prevalent right now for
Yeah.
everything. Like it's one of the biggest songs that you can go back to right now, like it came out in 2020. Why?
Wow.
Because he made it about the damn music, bro.
Hmm. And that's the one thing that you've always done. Like you've made music that's like soundtracks to people's lives. Like when I listened to, like I said, Get Away earlier, such a
Oh
great song.
man.
And then another one, I listened to I'm Sorry earlier today. That's such a sad song, man.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, man. But you gotta think about it. And yo, shots out to my man though, man. Travis Sales, T Sales. Everybody follow T Sales because you know we did a record together. The man is unbelievable. He can play. Oh, come on, man! When he turned the piano, if he turned the keyboard on or the piano, you can forget about it. But T
Wow.
Sales, follow my man T Sales. But you know, it's all about honestly. And people say, "Yo, are you vulnerable in those times?" You know, because you put yourself out there. Man, everybody's vulnerable in times.
Wow.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
guess what? I'm so secure in myself
Yep.
that don't you know I don't care about that. I
Yep.
know it's somebody that need to hear this to get through.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so that's my main focus is making sure I put something out there that people can hear and get through that heartache and pain, or you put you deeper in love.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what this thing is all about. It's about the music, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about your music is like, a lot of times people are like, "Oh, guys, R&B." Like for me, it's like it was cool to listen to Avant's music. You can't say that about a lot of R&B, but it was cool. Like you were a dude, I could relate to the music. You were vulnerable, and it was cool to be vulnerable when I listened to Avant's music. That was the coolest thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, so amazing. And then we got to just talk about, you mentioned, the new album that's coming out soon. We talked
Yeah,
about your
everybody
debut.
pre-order. You got to pre-order today though. Pre-order and then
Yep.
pick it up July 10th. It's an amazing record, man. Like I said, I got a record on there for you, but it starts off with a record that a lot of people need to hear because the title of the record is "You Don't Love Me No More."
Wow. That's
So
incredible.
I can't give it away, but it's pretty amazing, man.
Wow. So Bob, before we finish up, I got to talk about your discography. We talked about the debut. I want to hear your mindset and what your approach was for all of these albums. So the first one is Ecstasy. That was the follow-up. What was your
Oh.
approach and mindset then?
Well, it's funny. Brother started making a little bread, so I
Yeah.
thought I was the sexiest guy in the world. So so I wrote, making good love.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Yeah.
I had the magic stick. You dig? So that record, and then Kiki, no, that was on her album. But yeah, that was the whole thing. I let this music take me to places. I didn't try to control it. I just let it take me to places. You know what I mean?
Awesome. So if a lot of people are asking, how can they pre-order the album?
Well, you go on your device, whatever you pre-order from, like it could be Spotify, it could be, iTunes, whatever it is that you order from, the album is there.
So you guys definitely go do that. So we talked about Ecstasy. Let's talk about Private Room because I felt like, man, like you
Oh
were on
man.
another level with that album.
Oh man. Private Room. It was just, oh man, you taking me back, bro.
Yep.
I don't even remember the song. Give me a song off Private Room.
What was it? Making Good Love was on that album, right?
No, Make Good Love was on.
No.
I know that.
Let me take a look real quick here.
The
Lose
fans
Your
are
Mind
telling.
was on that album.
Who was it?
Don't take your love away.
Yeah, Don't Take Your Love Away. See
Yeah.
again, the backstory behind that record is I was actually listening to Teddy Pendergrass,
Yeah.
and Kobe Bryant had just did an interview in Denver,
Mm-hmm.
with that situation.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
he was vulnerable. He was extremely vulnerable.
Yeah.
So I started to put myself in Kobe Bryant's shoes. That's why I say after the hoping and the wish and the praying and the wishing, you're right here in my face. I
Wow.
never been the one to bite my tongue, but I have nothing to, what I say? Nothing else to say or something like that. So the whole
Yeah.
nature of it all is I was talking about a man with all of this bravado have now been put down to a little dude with nothing
Right. Yeah.
because he didn't want to lose his family.
Wow.
So that's how I take my music, man. I take it from a different place. People be like, yo, it seems like you be going through a lot. It's not me. That's just how I write. I write from, incidents and things that I've seen, man. And it brings out so much. It really does.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Another record. I forgot about this one. Everything About You. I love that song.
Oh man, is it your?
That's such a great one.
You know what? And if you notice about that record, I went from your head to your toes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the mindset. I'm always trying to think things out.
Yeah.
And if it
Wow.
doesn't make sense, it don't make it.
Right. And then we got to talk about this album, Avant, Director. This was such a big album at the time, from top to bottom. I love that album. I remember I was like 15 years old then, and from the moment I hit play, it was just a great album. Like, take
Oh
me back
man,
to that one.
it was crazy. The director was really fun too because that was my first time branching off from my man Steve Huff and
Yep.
working with other artists and other producers and actually feeling the love that other people respect your music. You know,
Yep.
so I got to work with the underdogs, and those guys were amazing, man. You know, we did
Yeah.
When It Hurts, which was a wonderful record, man.
Yeah.
We did 4 minutes, man. We did I did You Know What with my man JD. It was just
Hmm.
fun because I broke off and people were like, "Yo, man, you so dope. I've been wanting to work with you." And it was just me, my
Yeah.
introduction to all the other great producers out there.
That's
It was pretty
amazing.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, the two albums after that, the self-title and the letter. I just spoke to Antonio Dixon the other day, and he was just raving about the work that you guys did on those two albums,
Man, let
man.
me tell you something, man. And Tony, it's that's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy that you get so many different friendships that comes from this music.
Yep.
And you know, me and Tone just got off the phone the other day talking about this pandemic, and he sent me some stuff, and he was like, "Yo, you gonna write to it?" And I told him, I said, "Man, yo, it's so much going on." He was like, "I know, bro." He's like, "Ain't no rush,
Mhm.
but it's." But I'm like, my head, I'm not lying right now, bro. My head is all over the place when it comes to creativity. So it's kind of hard for me to, you know, sit down and write records right now because I'm looking at
Wow.
all everything that's going on, and I'm like, wow, I got to get out this funk. You know what I mean? But it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing still because sometimes you have to get pulled away from it. But big up, shouts out to my man Tony Diggs, man, and we
Great.
can't wait to get back in.
Hmm. And then I got to talk about this album, Face the Music, and I got to say, Avant, at this time, I mean, I love R&B. I've loved R&B for a long time, but at that point, I was like, man, I don't know if the R&B that's out right now is for me. And then I listened to that album, and Gratitude, that song, man,
Thank you,
that song is
man.
one of the best I've heard in a long time. That's one of my
Thank you,
favorites.
bro. Yeah, you know what? It's crazy about gratitude because, uh, again, think about what the word I use, gratitude.
Yep.
How many people use that word in R&B?
Hmm.
They don't know how to, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
So mentally, you got to pull these words and you got to make them fit what the scenario is, but you got to know the words.
Hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So that's what I try to do, man. And it was a beautiful record, just talking about the beauty of a woman, man.
Yeah. That's
You know,
man.
so I'm blessed, man. I thank people for just understanding my method. Is method to madness. You know what I'm saying? It's like control chaos. That's how I
Yep.
create.
Beautiful. And then, of course, the last album that came out 5 years ago feels like a long time, Avant, the
Yeah,
eighth.
right.
Like, it's been a while. Just take me back to that album.
Well, everybody was like, "Yo, man, we got to hear something from you. You got to."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Well, I ain't really signed to nobody, so I just released the album myself. But it has some
Yeah.
great records on it. See, I'm one thing you know about me is I'm true R&B, man.
Yep.
When it come down to it, I'm not. I love hip hop,
Yep.
but I don't want to merge both together.
No.
It's cool. I mean, we can do. I could hook up. I could do a hook, but I don't think they should be merged together. And that's what the industry want to do. They want to get rid of R&B and just
Yeah.
have it more of an R&B hip hop thing.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
unfair to all of us.
yeah. It's
So
it's definitely tough.
so my thing is, you will always get R&B from me, and it will always be something to help you in your situation, basically.
No, absolutely. And I appreciate that about you. Like I mentioned at the start of this, you've been consistent. You've always brought quality R&B to the table. I look forward to this new album, Avant. I mean, a lot of the readers here, a lot of the fans, they're waiting too. So what I tell everyone to do right now is pre-order it. And
Please do so.
Avant will deliver the hits, but you just got to support.
That's it. Support. And you know what? Hit me up and let me know how you feel too when you hear it, bro.
All right. Sounds good, man. You take care and stay safe out there. And I look forward to the album.
Hey, I love you guys. Be safe. Hey, I see everybody. I love you too, baby. All them hearts. All right. Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
you.
You take care, man. Yep.